So there's a lot of people commenting on your videos about why you bought the 30th property for your mum instead of your first, second, third.
Yeah, so the 30th property I ever bought was for my mum to live in. I basically bought her a place and said, here's a house to live in, because before then, like, I grew up in housing commission, grew up very, very poor, but why was my 30th? Like, why, a lot of people, I guess, were probably thinking, why didn't you do that for the 10th? Why did I wait so long to actually buy her a house? But the basic answer is, like, back then even though I had 10, 15, 20 properties, like, I was still trying to build up my portfolio to a stage where the income was enough to generate, was enough to pay the expenses, as an example. So like all the other property, if I did it at property number 10, I bought a property for my mum to live in, and I'm not charging a rent. It's just, here it is, here's a place to live in. So there's zero income coming from that property. So strategically, finance-wise, the bank will see that there's no income coming in from that. So if I did that as property number 2 or 3 or 4, like they'd see that there was no income coming in. So realistically, I'd be shooting myself in the foot if I did it back then. Not to mention the property like I did buy was $875,000. Now it might not seem like a lot to some people, but like if I did that in the beginning, instead of buying the smaller properties in Brisbane or Gold Coast or Adelaide or the New South Wales Central Coast and buying cheaper properties with better rental returns, like I wouldn't have the borrowing capacity to continue buying. Whereas, doing it at property number 30, yes, I probably could have done that 27, 28, 29, but any further back than that, it would have held me back property investing wise, and I would have been stuck for quite some time. Yeah, I felt finally ready that I'd be able to buy a place to live in where obviously my entire portfolio covers all the expenses and there's still passive income coming in. So yeah, that's the answer.